G'day collectors, welcome back to the office. We've got another unboxing, but this time it's for more of you smaller scale enthusiasts. 43rds, let's do this. So if you haven't seen this sort of stuff before, effectively when we get a container coming down, the factory like to send us via air freight a bunch of samples of the stuff that's actually going to be in the container. This gives us an opportunity to have a look at what we're actually going to receive. We also use them for licensing, advertising, and just generally making sure we've got everything right before it goes out to market. This time it's 1/43rd scale models, and there's a smattering of Camaros and Mustangs in this, so let's jump in and have a bit of a look, shall we? Well, that was a bit of a wrestle. Getting some of these cars out of those 43rd boxes is always a bit of a challenge. But yeah, if you do actually want to not damage the boxes, you might have seen me use the back side of a knife to get past the safety tabs. Makes life a little bit easier. Right, we've got them out of the boxes. Let's go for a bit of a deep dive on these, shall we? So first up we have the 2022 Gen 3 Ford GT Mustang, as driven by Dick Johnson. So when Supercars was starting to release the Gen 3 program, they got Dick Johnson to drive the Mustang, and they got Greg Murphy to drive the Camaro at Bathurst in 2022. We've gone and modelled that, and it was actually probably one of our most popular 18th scale cars that we've done out of the Mustang series, and now we've done it in 43rd. Detail on this is outstanding. Car looks absolutely mint. If you're going to get one of these, they're going to go quick. This is probably the most anticipated Mustang that we've done out of the 43rd so far. Definitely a hot ticket item. Grab it if you can. So here we have two offerings from the Blanchard Racing team. We've got the number 3 car as driven by now Bathurst winning Todd Hazelwood, and the 2023 Wildcard entry that was driven by Aaron Love and Jake Kostecki. Just had to check that. These two cars are pretty damn cool. Obviously, the Cool Drive Racing blue cars always look pretty mint. This is a bit of a special one. When we did the 18th scale one of these, they've actually become a bit of a unicorn, very rare. We only did about 90 of those. Pretty much the same deal with these. These are probably going to turn into unicorns as well. Both very cool cars. Let's go and have a look at some Penrite cars now. So unless you've been living under a rock, it's pretty obvious that Sandown is back doing retro stuff, and it restarted effectively in 2023. And Penrite Racing set up with these two cars based on Alan Moffat's XC Falcon from Bathurst. These two cars actually look pretty damn cool. If you're into that sort of thing. Obviously, if you're a Penrite Racing fan, these are definitely cool. And obviously, there's a big push at the moment on Matt Payne because he's doing pretty well. These are basically driven by Matt Payne and Kevin Estrie, and David Reynolds and Garth Tander. Both cars actually look pretty tidy. Detail's pretty good on these. Let's go and have a look at the competition. So these are the only two Camaros that we have coming down in the container. They're obviously Erebus racing cars, and they are Indigenous liveries, with a few special exceptions. Brody's car is actually from the Darwin Triple Crown, and because Will won race 16 at the NTI Townsville 500, we decided to do his car in that livery. So these are two cool cars. If you're interested in these, obviously these guys are still going pretty well in the various teams that they're in now. If you're a bit of a fan of either of those guys or Erebus or the Indigenous liveries, they're probably worth having. That's kind of it. So there you have it. That's the 1/43rd scale cars that are coming down in the next container. It's due here pretty soon, so keep an eye out at your local stockist, or if you register your interest with us, you'll be getting an email to say when they've actually landed. As always, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on the channel, and keep collecting, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.